Hey guys, what is going on? It is DaBoki here once again. It's time for another Q&A with DaBoki. It is Friday, and I hope you guys are having a glorious day. So I want to say, guys, thank you guys so much for leaving your guys' questions in the comments. I do enjoy reading them, and I really enjoy doing this little series. So I'm really glad you guys enjoy it, and I hope that we can go ahead and answer more questions. So let's get started with the questions then. Zento SD asks, David, what is the most awkward thing you did in class? Well, I think I did have a lot of awkward moments definitely in class, and I gotta say, guys, that, over the years of school, awkward things just happen to you. But this happened to me in high school, sophomore year of high school, in an algebra class, and I was falling asleep, right? We all have those awkward moments of sleeping in class, but this was more, I guess, embarrassing, but I was doing the head bobbing thing. We've all experienced it, when this the head and the bob, you're in this space in between reality and dreaming, and you're not really sure where you are. You're like sleeping, you're drooling, you're making weird noises, people are trying to poke you awake, but you're just not budging. And then all of a sudden, my head just gave, I couldn't hold my head up any longer, and it just went thump, and hits the desk. And right when my head hits the desk, my teacher, Miss Brazil, comes, and Miss Brazil, she is this huge buff bodybuilder. Alright, she beats varsity football teams in arm wrestling. She tried out for the USA Gladiator. She is crazy, and like before class she would have this like hand working out thing, just like staring at all the kids while they came in the classroom. She came, and I was sitting in the front row. She came, and right when my head hit the desk, she did this Hulk smash on my desk. On top of it, my head shot up, and I looked up at her, and she was like pulsing, veins busting in every artery. I don't even know. I was so scared that I thought I was dreaming that I just put my head back down. I didn't get up. I didn't want to look at her, and she just like, that's it. And she started teaching, and she didn't even bother with me anymore. It's Sammy asked, DaBoki, did you ever bite someone before, and would you? That's a very weird question. Of course, when you're put into those tight situations in a fight or a rumble, someone's got you in a chokehold, or they're just beating the little poopy out of you, you start playing dirty. You start biting them, and your animal instincts start coming out, and you just bite them. No, that's never happened to me before. But what I do remember is when I was very young, and I was in Alaska, because I was born in Alaska, and my childhood friend and I were, for some reason, putting our hands in each other's mouths and just clamping down as hard as we could. For some reason, we thought that this would help our self-esteem, help our personality grow, and it would be super important in life for us to bite down on each other's hands. And the first person that would cry or give up would lose. Lots of tears and blood were shed that day. Chris Lee asks, DaBoki, what is your favorite place to go eat when you don't feel like cooking? I love going out to eat, and I'm not saying just like Steak and Shake and McDonald's or Wendy's. Probably like an all-time favorite place to go and eat that's just like cheap, fast, affordable, and just delicious is pho, or pho. I don't know how to say it. It's like a Vietnamese noodles. It's really good. The dish, the broth, the noodles, everything together just... Now, the reason why I think I do enjoy it so much also is because my aunt actually owns a pho restaurant, and it's called 123 Pho, and it's awesome. I just like to go there because it's like 123 Pho. It's so good, and the broth and the noodles, the meat, the sauce, the sriracha, bean sprouts. So anyways, yeah, so definitely my favorite place to go to probably would be pho. Or pho. Soul IP Crafter asks, DaBoki, when and how was your first date? Tell us about it, please. Now, I did tell you guys a little bit about my first date already. It was with my face palming moment. It happened about like freshman year of high school or something, and it was with that one crazy girl named Michelle, the name we won't speak of. The date was horrible. I think I can safely say a lot of our first dates go pretty bad. It's not like the movies where fireflies are dancing behind you, fairies are singing, and you're riding a pony with the love of your life riding off into the sunset. No, it's more like this. Your girlfriend brings a Sasquatch with her during her first date, and you don't get to say a single word to her the whole day. So as you guys know, I was like 13 or 14, and Michelle and I were supposed to go to a movie at the cinema or the movie theater. I was young, so I didn't have a car, right? I couldn't drive. All I had was my bicycle and my little red wagon, and the only thing I could do was ride my bike there, which took like an epic journey over trolls and mountain lions and wolves and dragons, and I was fighting my way to this movie theater to go see a movie with her. And Not only that, since I was young, I didn't have any money. And so I just brought like $10 worth of change that I found around my house, which spent a super long time finding. So I was riding my bike with $10 worth of change in my pockets, clinking around, trying to get to the movie theater. And I get there, and I was gonna buy her ticket, because at the time it was like $5 per ticket. She was already inside, and apparently she brought her friend along, and we'll call him Paul. And Paul, for some reason, was 10 feet tall. I may be exaggerating a little bit, maybe he was only 12 feet tall. So this is how it went down. I went into the movie theater, trying to find them. I found them, it was all dark and creepy in there, and then she was sitting there. Here. This is her, Michelle, sitting in the movie theater. Over here, here's Paul. 10 feet tall. Now, they're sitting like this, and they're sitting on the way edge of the side, right? And I come in like this way. I'm walking in here, all happy, like, trying to find her, like, oh, hey guys. I want to come sit next to you. Oh, who are you? My name's Paul. I eat little children. That's nice. I'm just gonna stay here and enjoy the movie. I'm trying to see her. I'm trying to see Michelle, trying to peek around, and I can't see her. This Sasquatch is blocking my way. Michelle texts me, and she texts me during the movie and says, hi. And I say, hi. And that's all we said the whole movie. After the movie was done, we got out in the lobby area. She threw some glitter on me for some reason, and I rode back home with my bicycle. And then she called me later that day and said it was not going to work out. Grave text asked, what music do you listen, and what's your favorite band? The music that I like to listen to is more calm and mellow. I really enjoy Jack Johnson and Jason Mraz, but I have to say my all-time favorite artist band is Jack Johnson. I just really love the calm and soothingness, and I really enjoy calm music. Also, what I do really enjoy, as you guys probably know from a lot of my videos, is techno. I really enjoy techno, but of course more of the calmer techno, like techno trance. Dubstep is okay too. It's just, I can't listen to it for a very long time. I feel like I go from hero to zero if I listen to it for more than 30 minutes. But definitely, I would have to say Jack Johnson is my favorite artist. I mean, he sings about banana pancakes. Come on, you can't go wrong with that. John Park asked DaBoki, Bowmaster panties, Mercedes panties, or Wild Hunter panties? Choose one. Trick question indeed, John. Trick question indeed. A little lesson on Archer panties, John. History class is in session, so please, children, quiet down. The reason why Archer panties are so majestic and amazing is because there is not a different type of Archer panty. Alright, when you're saying Archer panties, these panties has been passed on for generations to generations to generations. You don't just choose a panty, John. A panty chooses you. You wonder why archers are just so majestic? Well, it's because they have their panties that were handed down from someone who wielded a bow and arrow. Or crossbow and arrow. Okay, I think I'm done. Determined X Ninja asks, hey DaBoki, are you good at drawing? I'm going to answer that with one word. No. I drew this in about freshman year of high school for my art class. I really liked to draw actually when I was younger, but I put this up on my wall of memories after I drew this to remind myself that I am not an artist. The reason why being, okay, so let me go ahead and explain this picture to you guys a little bit. So in art, we were supposed to draw something that was abstract, something that meant that like two things that didn't belong together they would draw together, like a couch and a zebra. You had zebra body or a couch head or something, or a person in a chicken's body or something like that. You put two items together that just didn't really, I guess, belong. Back then, I guess I had a little DaBokifying brain going on, and I was like thinking really deep about it, which I probably shouldn't have. I drew this, a baby and a snake. Now, what I was thinking, is that the baby represents baby, right? But the snake represents society or parents, and they're shaping the baby and almost strangling the baby in their way. And the baby's trying to talk, right? Because babies can't really talk and express their feelings. All they can do is cry and scream. So it's almost like society and parents are kind of shaping the baby for it. So the snake is almost like strangling the baby, and kind of like almost the baby and the snake are one, and it's molding and shaping the baby how it's supposed to be in society and life. So babies are kind of raised to how the environment wants to raise them almost. Yeah, the counselors definitely talked to me after they saw this picture. The counselors came and they're like, why did you draw this? Do you hate life? And I was like, no, I'm trying to draw a baby. I was trying to explain it to them, and it didn't really come out right. And they're like, we need you to think happier thoughts. And I kind of like look at it and like, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about myself too right now. So I hang this up on my wall telling me, DaBoki, don't draw again, please. Alright, so this has been kind of a interesting Q&A. But to end it, I guess, I'll go ahead and answer one last question. Kazuke Kradia EMS asks, DaBoki, next week my wisdom teeth needs to be pulled out. Sad face. Did they also pull out your wisdom teeth? They did pull out my wisdom teeth. And they pulled out actually not 4, which I thought you can only have up to 4 wisdom teeth. But I apparently had 5 wisdom teeth, which was kind of worrying me a little bit. And apparently the dentist that pulled out my teeth said that he pulled out up to 9 wisdom teeth in one person, so I felt, I felt okay. Alright, so I want to tell you guys my experience of getting my wisdom teeth pulled out. If you guys don't know what wisdom teeth are, they're just teeth that are kind of extra in our mouth that sometimes grow in, sometimes don't. Sometimes you can just leave them in there and they don't harm your mouth, but sometimes when they do grow in, they grow in kind of crooked, so it kind of misshapes your teeth. So I want to tell you my experience. And I don't want to scare you guys, but it's kind of a weird experience. It's kind of interesting. Very interesting indeed. So I went in there, I was about 8th grade, and then they strapped me to the chair, and they put me in, and they put little straps in. I was like, okay, this is kind of weird, what am I, a prisoner or something? And then all of a sudden this dentist assistant comes, and she comes, she's all smiling at me, all happy like, and I'm like looking at her like, what do you want from me? And then she starts dancing this stuffed animal in front of my face. Alright, and she's like, look over here, and she's like smiling at it, and she's all happy like, and I'm like, what are you doing? So my head is turned, right? I'm looking at the stuffed animal now. As I turn and look at the stuffed animal, not because I'm intrigued by it, but because I'm kind of like, okay, this lady is really weird. She's shaking a stuffed animal in front of my face. As I was doing that, as my direction was turned in, this other person sticks a needle in my left arm. I'm over here, I go like, ah! And as the needle goes in, I'm screaming, and then a mask is put over my face and I'm out. And they put me out completely. I don't know why they use that tactic. I would have just been okay if they just put a needle in my arm and they just put a mask on my face, to put me out. But the whole distracting thing made it all like weirder, they're like distracting me with the animal, needle, scream, mask, done. While I was out, of course, I had an awesome dream. I dreamed that I was in StarCraft 1 and I was a Hydralisk. And I was a pretty darn good Hydralisk. Killed a lot of Marines. But yeah, guys, afterwards, you can just eat pudding and drink Slurpees and smoothies all day long and not eat solid foods for a week or so. But yeah, it's great. Definitely great. Oh, Lucky, you're adorable. I missed you. Oh yeah, guys, this is Lucky, by the way. Maybe I'll talk about him in a different video, but he's my favorite stuffed animal. I'll put you on my shoulder right now. Oh, why are you covering your face? You don't want to see? Show your beautiful eyes, Lucky. Alright guys, well, like always, thank you so much for watching. Leave your questions in the comments below. I do enjoy reading them, definitely. And I hope you guys did like this video. Leave a thumbs up if you do. Thumbs up if you do. And like always, this has been DaBoki. I'll be seeing you guys later.
And like always, it has been Lucky, and we'll be seeing you guys later.
We need to stop.